circle blues. When I see the circles out, I get glum, there is no doubt. Got me the old chair circle blues. When I see chairs in a round, that's when I start to panic. Flap me hands all in the air, the doctor says I'm manic. Oh no, it's not right, association every night. Got me the old chair circle blues.
Hello, and welcome to Not the Chair Circle, the antidote to group therapy. Series 3, Episode 6. Now, regular viewers will know that we are a 6-part series as opposed to the 13 or 22-part seasons which are so popular these days. So this being Episode 6, it is also our grand finale. Not only that, it is just over a year since we started the show. Now, this has put our CEO and producer Bobby-No-Mates in a somewhat pensive mood this week. He originally started the show as a vehicle to raise awareness of Sellae-Circulophobic, the debilitating fear of chairs arranged in a circle. He has been wondering if he has indeed been successful in his aims for the show. Now, I'm afraid his worst fears were confirmed in the form of an open letter which came from our most fevered correspondent, ardent critic, Miss, not Ms. Dorothea Spume of Newport Pagnell. Now, he did display the letter in the canteen, but I've taken it down to read to you. She writes, to that Bobby that was on Ward 6. I'm writing to you today, not that one at the start. He is useless. Despite the last programme, I still do not know what you and your so-called team are banging on about with this show. We only have it on for the Bedlam Boogie Boys. Luckily, Matron likes them as much as I do. If it weren't for that, the others in the TV lounge would make us turn over. Why don't you just have the music bits, but not your xylophone or the long-haired weirdos? Shaggy is alright too, I suppose. No one cares what you think. Yours, helpfully, Miss, not Ms. Dorothea Spume. Well, as you may imagine, viewers, this had Bobby in something of a high dudgeon. We're going over to Studio 5 now, where Mike Gobshite is waiting to take up the story. Hi, and welcome to Gobshite, with me, Mike Gobshite. Tonight we continue to take a look at the life and work of our CEO, producer, fashionista, influencer, and heavy-metal xylophonist, the enigma that is Bobby-No-Mates. Just over a year ago, Bobby founded SCAG, the Sellae-Circulophobic action group, to take his mission to the streets. It would appear, however, that Not the Chair Circle remains the only channel in the whole of YouTube that appears to be discussing this life-altering condition. While some on YouTube would welcome being in such a unique position, Bobby fears that we may be failing in our task. With a mind to rectify this, Bobby has called an emergency meeting of all his staff. He has kindly given the Gobshite team permission to shadow him today. And now we go over to the common room, where he's preparing to address the waiting team.
Where is everybody? My bulletin on the notice board was most explicit. Mandatory attendance.
Bob,
What, Shaggy?
this meeting, it was about Sellae-Circulophobic Awareness Week, wasn't it?
Yes, that's what I said.
And it was for lads who aren't Sellae-Circulophobic.
Yes, well really, Shaggy, you're being most obtuse today.
I think that the venue might have been a bit off-putting for them.
What? Oh, yes, I take your point. Who did that?
You did, boss.
Well, never mind that. We need ideas. As president and founder of SCAG, I can't be expected to think of everything.
Well, I have composed a series of lectures which I'm prepared to give at the university for a reduced rate. All you have to do is persuade them to let me back on campus. Boring! I'm getting some t-shirts done. And I'm going to talk to the musos down the rehearsal rooms later. I thought we could do a concert and a record. Here, perhaps I'll use you as the car park.
I very much doubt that, Shaggy, after last time.
No, perhaps you're right.
Stop! Wait! Hold everything I just heard. I give great benefit. Did you say t-shirts? How much you planning on charging? Pops just gave me a sweatshirt for my birthday. We could make a fortune.
I'm not flogging them. They're for the volunteers. This is awareness week. You don't make profit on that.
What? Are you mad? This is YouTube.
Precisely. There's always some bugger with his hand out.
Well said, Shaggy.
You can give us help giving them to the volunteers if you want.
No way. You guys make me sick. You don't know the first thing about exploitation. Consuela, did you fix that rickshaw yet? I need you to run me into town. No, we can't take the car. I'm environmentally friendly now. You guys are an insult to capitalism. Oh, well, Shaggy, if you think you can organise the musicians, I'll go and see if Mother has any ideas.
Yeah, I see you, boss.
Michael?
Well, viewers, we are very honoured to be actually entering Bobby's own home, where he sometimes retreats when he needs to ponder his muse.
We'll have to go round the back.
Yes, thank you, Bobby, thank you.
Mother hasn't given me a front door key.
Yes, do come in, Michael. Is your crew okay?
No, yeah, that's fine, Bobby, yeah. Yeah, you guys okay? Yeah.
Mother?
Yeah.
Mother? Mother? Ah. What the bloody hell is it, Bobby? Mother's got one of her morning heads. I need some help with that awareness event I was telling you about. Well, don't look to me for a handout. The cost of Gordon's is bloody astronomical these days. I wasn't, believe me, Mother. We're not fundraising per se, but we might need to hire a recording studio. Not that bloody xylophone again. If you do that song, I'll have you for defamation of character. Mother, we have company. Oh, hello, Michael. What a lovely surprise.
Hi, Susie.
Well, there's your problem solved, Bobby. A man auction. You could certainly auction off this lovely man for an evening. Well worth a girl breaking into a piggy bank. Don't hold out much hope for the rest of you, though. Suppose Shaggy might have some sort of novelty value. Well, really, Mother. This is a serious awareness campaign, not some frivolous titillation for ageing roues like yourself. That's it. Get out, you little sod. And don't forget the gin and ciggies on your way home. Now then, Michael, why don't we make ourselves comfortable and thrash out the details? I'm sure we could come to some sort of arrangement. Absolutely not, Mother. Come along, Michael.
Yeah, sure,
I am
Bobby.
so sorry about that.
No problem. No. Next, we went along to catch up with Shaggy at the Not the Chair Circle rehearsal rooms. This is where all the musical acts prepare for their in-house performances.
So that's the general idea. One of you writes a song with an easy chorus and the gang all sing along on the record. Yeah, sounds easy enough. I'm sure Stable and the boys will be up for it. Ace. Who else is in? I don't know, I just thought I'd see who's around. Hey, is that who I think it is? What, Dorian Moe from Drew's Special? Huh, we go way back. Oi, Dorian, you old strummer. Go over here.
Good grief. Space Hopper. You still alive, you old tosspot?
I ain't seen you since that Real Ale gig in 74. You followed us on the bill if I remember.
Yes, and you must have been crap that day. They were still booing you when we came on.
Yeah, whatever you say. Here, Dorian, I've got one for you.
I say, Dorian, how many folk singers does it take to change a light bulb? I don't know, Space. How many folk singers does it take to change a light bulb? 5. Want to change the bulb and 4 to sing about how good the old one was. Here, you met Shaggy? Pleased to meet you. How'd you do? Well, I've got all your records. What, both of them? Have you heard we're doing this record for the show? Are you in? Yeah, naturally. And is the Org on planet Earth at the moment? He's in trance state at the moment. I'll talk him into it. What about the Bedlam Boogie Boys? Is Uncle Babs lurking about? Uncle Babs. Hello, Babs. Do I hear my name? Hello, dear boys. How lovely to see you. Minstrels all. I couldn't help but overhear. Now, while I very much doubt that dear old Keys or Bertie could write anything poppy enough for this sort of thing, I'm sure we'd all be delighted just to warble in the chorus. Do count us in, darlings. Well, viewers, it looks like the team are ready to leap into action, spurred on in no small part by the redoubtable Miss, not Ms. Dorothea Spume of Newport Pagnell. But how did it all begin? We dug deep into the archives and found the very first episode of Not the Chair Circle, recorded way back in September of 2023. Bobby-No-Mates, then playing Robert No-Mates, left the Basket Weavers Hotel with just a xylophone and a mission. He desperately needed to tell the world about his embryonic theory of Sellae-Circulophobic. Discovery of this new condition could explain the underlying cause for the failure of all group therapies so far. These cost-cutting practices had been consistently ineffective since their initiation in the early 20th century. Such endeavours had always been a disaster. Perhaps now there was a viable explanation for their complete and utter uselessness. But how to get the word out? Armed with just a webcam, an old Mac and a few fellow sufferers from Group, YouTube seemed the ideal platform from which to launch his campaign. Thus the groundbreaking documentary Annular Anxiety was given form.
Hello, tonight we highlight a psychological phenomenon that has tacitly been plaguing the country in recent decades.
Yes folks, that's me in a borrowed suit and a nice smart tie very kindly hired to me by Bobby himself.
Quiet destroyer. Break the circle, friends, and embark on a linear path to fulfillment, in the words of David Bowie. Come on, you've really got a good thing going. Come on. If you think you're going to make it, you better hang on to yourself.
But back to today. Now, Shaggy's been very busy on the editing suite floor, sticking together bits of film that highlight the sterling efforts of the gang over the last 5 episodes. Run VT.
Oh no, here we go, I can't take it anymore. Got me the old chair circle blue.
Series 3 began with a transatlantic invasion, in the form of Priscilla Purcell Pronoun, self-proclaimed fashionista, influencer and sociopathic healer. Having commandeered Shaggy's studio and slot, she proceeded to underwhelm us all with her insights on the iniquities endured by the differently lifestyled in society today.
Brittany, get me a Polaroid camera and a prostitute. I need to blackmail Pops.
That's it. Hold it still, Brittany.
She has been seen lurking around the NTCC buildings ever since, occasionally making impromptu appearances. Series 3 was undeniably our most musical to date. Our new opening credits featured a rare solo performance by Banjalele Bertie of the Bedlam Boogie Boys. It was recorded backstage at the Theatre Royal Norwich during their sell-out tour. He furnished us with his own composition, Chair Circle Blues, which he graciously donated to become our theme tune. We are also proud to present the return of musical therapy with a whole host of acts, old and new. Musical Therapy. The Robatos rejoined us from Series 2 to become our regular rock act, much to the delight of their #1 fan Mike Gobshite. He interviewed Space Hopper on his show.
Hello, may I call you Space?
Yes, my baby. It's a blast to be here.
We also heard from folk rock act Druids Pestle for the first time.
Was all upon a Lammas night, my love did vex me sorely.
The Bedlam Boogie Boys and Bobby-No-Mates were off completing other musical obligations, but returned before the end of the series to add to our most eclectic musical output to date. There was also some old random folkie whose name I forget. The most memorable musical moment of the series was the unveiling of Bobby's new look and sound, straight from his sellout Back in Slacks tour.
No sweets, no cakes, no walks in the park. Glasses clinking, laughter after dark. Mother, how could you? Mother, this won't do.
Even Shaggy found his voice.
That's got ample parking, a place that's open every day. Guesses you can wind up so you can't make your mind up when they say how do you want to pay. Up the Asda, it's the home of all that's naff. Up the Asda,
Causing us to have our first official telling off by the mighty algorithm.
Apple winding up the staff. Up the Asda, up the Asda.
In deference to our growing correspondence, we instituted a bespoke slot, Right On, highlighting both postal submissions and comments. We are proud to say we responded to every query received, favourable and otherwise.
Dear Mr. Workham, is your address under the bridge next to the field where the Billy Goat Gruff live?
It might reasonably be said that in this series, Shaggy truly shone. He proved to be the most versatile member of the team. He made himself useful behind the scenes, acting as cameraman for Bobby on outside broadcasts and Granny McCready in the studio. His team efforts meant that he only just managed to cram in his own Shaggy's bit on episode 5. He also made a guest appearance on Out of My Mind, which ended up in his giving an impromptu therapy session to Dr. Roberts.
Now tell me, Doctor, when did you start having these anxiety attacks?
I don't believe this.
In quite the reverse of the Doctor's expectations. The show also turned 1 this year, with a brief tribute to our CEO and producer, Bobby-No-Mates.
And general all-round family
What's
entertainer,
going on then?
Bobby-No-Mates.
What?
This afforded us one of several encounters with Susie Wiles, former It Girl, Charlotte Rampling impersonator, and above all, Bobby's mother.
What the bloody hell is going on in here?
Goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have Susie Wiles in the studio. Former It Girl, Charlotte Rampling impersonator, and Bobby's mother.
Michael!
Michael, is it?
Really, Mother?
Well, everyone calls me Susie, but you can call me tonight.
All in all, a series which no one will forget, least of all Bobby
Yes,
himself.
Mother.
Well, viewers, I think I can say that's been our most eclectic series to date, and we've seen a few new faces. Now we're going back over to Mike in a minute, but before that, I would like to express the heartfelt gratitude of the whole gang for the support you've given us over the last year. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. I, on a personal note, would just like to thank you for your kind indulgence. Well folks, I'm joining you again from just outside the Not the Chair Circle rehearsal rooms, where an unprecedented musical happening is just about to commence.
Best of order, please. Settle down. Get behind the bloody mics, will you? Right, now. Cue Dorian. It's meeting time. There's no need to be afraid. Just in around. Who's to say they can't be rearranged? Put some over by the window. Put some over by the door. If you don't like where you're seated, then just sit up on the floor. If the councillors don't like it, you can tell them it's your show. If they won't mend their ways, then just don't go. Break the circle, put the chisel in a row and break the circle. If they act up, just don't go. Just don't go. Go! Just don't go. Just don't go. Go! Give them a no-show. Just don't